I used to be an atheist. I believed that there was no God. But I thought I should know something about Christianity and the Bible. And someone gave me the book, The Great Controversy, which changed my life.
It is the culmination of the Bible story. And to me, reminding ourselves of not only where we've been, where we are now, but where we're going.
The Great Controversy means a lot because it's one of the books that I read for the first time when I just came to the church.
The whole great controversy between Christ and Satan, it has helped me to understand history, to understand the past, the present, and the future, unlike anything. And see, here's the power of the book.
Consumes me, and it's a struggle, it's a war, it's a battle. It's exactly what the title of the book is. It's a great controversy. But luckily for me, at the end of the controversy, God wins my soul.
My grandmother and my mother became Adventists largely through the Great Controversy.
In my own spiritual formation and my understanding that God has been leading throughout history and working throughout human history towards His divine purposes.
I would describe The Great Controversy as the most insightful book ever written to explain what is happening on this world and the events at the end of time.
My wife was raised in another faith. It was discovering the Great Controversy as a member of another faith that brought her family into Adventism.
I remember when I was a teenager and when I read the book, it impressed me so much, especially the portion where it is presented the Reformation.
It gives me a great overview, a bird's eye view of the history of salvation.
Say really, this is the book that has really converted me.
You know, I was just a teenager, and then I started reading the book, The Great Controversy. The reading of the book changed my life and my future.
And there's no book that I've ever read that gave me a better picture of where sin started and how it's all going to end.
There's no other book that I personally know of that anyone would find helpful in guiding them to going back to the Bible than the book Great Controversy.
It is a book that talks about this hope that we have, but it is also a very, very good missionary book. And Ellen White, matter of fact, identified it as the best book in her experience to give to someone else.
How will a Christian, like you, like me, tell this is of the Lord, this is not of the Lord? The Great Controversy will provide an answer to that.
We know that this book reveals the secret of Satan, okay, in the last days.
The Great Controversy Project is an exciting opportunity for every Seventh-day Adventist believer to widely spread the good news of God's plan of redemption. The goal is to bring a book into every home.
And they simply take these copies and they give it to their friends, their neighbors, their colleagues at work, their business associates, even strangers.
I think the most important thing is for each person to say, okay, here is my neighborhood. These are the homes around where I live. This is my apartment building. And then say, okay, there's 100 homes, 200 homes, whatever the number is, and make it their personal responsibility to distribute the Great Controversy to those homes.
The idea of involving the whole church membership in a mass distribution of Great Controversy is a unique idea. It's an amazing idea.
I cannot imagine any kind of good program for this church without the support and participation of local church elders.
One of the initiatives which we have in women's ministries for this quinquennium is Homes of Hope and Healing. And it's going to be an emphasis on opening our homes to be a place of hope and healing in our community, in our neighborhood. And so this is one of the books which we will be asking our sisters to use in their homes as they bring their neighbors into their home.
Well, this Great Controversy Project is an opportunity for every department of the church to be involved.
We all have a desire to see Jesus come soon.
The Great Controversy Project. Oh, it's difficult for me to say that word, project, because it is far more than a project to me. It is a movement in itself, like a movement within a movement.
Every department needs to study how they can promote this in terms of their own particular area of concentration.
To distribute the book, we can do a great deal. We can have the book available in our clinics and in our hospitals and our institutions, our doctors' offices. They can make it available to people.
I have The Great Controversy on my iPhone and I have it on my iPad.
Our goal is for every literature evangelist to leave one great controversy book in every home that they visit in their ministry.
I think every student should have their own personal copy, get a pen out, make some notes, and just read it through.
As church members, administrators, we're also church members, that we set an example ourselves by giving away and participating in the project personally.
I'm hoping that to involve our children and to inspire them not just to read, but also to share this wonderful book with many other friends of theirs.
I think it's a wonderful opportunity for Adventist families around the world to share this information with their friends, with their neighbors, with their relatives, with their co-workers.
I hope we can get back to a culture of literature use so that every Seventh-day Adventist says, wow, this is a valuable tool. We need to be placing these truths in the hands of people from around in the world, in our neighborhoods. And so it'd be my hope that every Seventh-day Adventist would have a personal goal.
This is such an exciting book to be able to share. It has all the elements that modern society holds dear, action and good and evil.
This is a moment when God can be using this book again, both to renew individual Adventist lives and to do what it did for my wife's family and for so many other families who've had an experience because of this book.
What I would encourage students to do is to discuss it with friends, perhaps have a study group in which they talk about some of the issues.
It is perhaps one of the core elements of our mission today. It contains all of our message, all of the gospel.
Looking at the chapters, it tells me Jesus is coming soon. The world needs to be ready, and I need to be a part of helping the world to be ready.
Share it with others, and I believe that as we do that, the Holy Spirit will take our efforts, the efforts of each church member, each leader, every pastor, every church worker, whoever you are.
And if it's presented in love and in a caring manner, people will receive it in a very fine way. The Holy Spirit can then touch their hearts as they read it, and they will understand their place in history and the nearness of Jesus coming.